Bad Bunny and TPUSA. That's what I want to talk to you about. And I want to talk to you also about the NFL and what message is the NFL sending. Okay. So here's what happened last night. Last night, Bad Bunny comes on stage and he is getting the most prestigious venue of the year. There is no place that a star wants to be more than playing at the Super Bowl. When you've played at the Super Bowl,
That's what I meant. It's prestigious to be on stage, to be there. It's most singers, rock stars, actors want to be at the Super Bowl. Now listen to the next part.
that's kind of a sign that you are a cultural icon. Okay. Bad Bunny. I mean, he's won a Grammy, but so did Millie Vanilli. So
Millie Vanilli, did you hear that? They had no talent.
he's won a Grammy. Um, but has anybody listened to his music? Really? Well, yeah, I guess he's charted all the way up to number 85 on the Billboard charts. That's his highest position, number 85. You remember Casey Kasem, American Top 40? That's more than twice the distance from number one. This is America's top 85. Nobody knows what's number 85. That's not playing a role in the culture of America. And this is supposed to represent our culture. And for a long time, it has represented our culture as we just fall into just Babylon, I guess. So it has reflected our culture in all of the worst ways. But this one went the extra mile, I think. First of all, there was no English on American television at the biggest American sporting event.
Another point. Biggest American sporting event. I'm not racist. And I don't think anybody else there was racist. It's just one of the biggest things that are done in America. American football, American baseball. It has nothing to do with who's racist and who's not.
For about 10 minutes. No English, not a word of English, except God bless America, Puerto Rico, Brazil, Mexico, Colombia, Panama. I mean, okay, that doesn't make it American. That makes it about the Western Hemisphere. But maybe that's what Roger Goodell is trying to say. We're not an American sport anymore. I mean, we know the NFL has already sold. They're sold to China. So, NFL is trying to get people in Europe, but that culture is over. So maybe he's just saying we're going to be the Western Hemisphere sport. Good luck with soccer.
Roger Goodell's just got to leave. They need a new owner of the NFL. Uh, so be it. Roger Goodell does not know what he's doing anymore.
But, go ahead. Go ahead. So let me tell you what happened yesterday. Green Day comes on, and Green Day doesn't do what they always do. I mean, they're such rebels. I mean, unless they have a Super Bowl contract, then they're not so rebellious, I guess. Bad Bunny then comes on during halftime, and if you don't speak Spanish, which I don't.
And here's another thing about Bad Bunny. If you want to bring something up, did you know he had to sign a contract before the Super Bowl not to perform any of his songs? He couldn't perform none of his songs on TV. They did interviews with him, and he would not perform a song because he had to sign a contract with Roger Goodell saying that he wouldn't sing any of his songs on any shows, any guest appearances. Think about that for a minute.
Um, you had to go back and read the lyrics of what was being said. Now, because I don't speak Spanish, I just have to assume none of these lyrics were said. on national television, because if I do speak Spanish, I would be writing the FCC if I had children in the room. But these are the lyrics that supposedly were said, and I can only read a few of them. Yes, so that your panties get wet, get horny and versatile, more slutty than Betty Boop. The one who got horny, mammy, was you. Stay killing with you. P with D, P with A, P with DD, with A. Yes, push it in. I mean, okay, your T's are rubbing my N's. This year I don't want sluts. I see you with a lot of jewels and they want to stay, push it in. I see you really active and they want to stay, push it in, because you look hot, push it in completely. And then it goes to big A's and big T's and big P's and big C's. And okay, that's really.
Welcome to American football, where kids are watching the football game.
Here's number one that Roger Goodell is saying. That's the American culture. That's family entertainment. Because remember, the Super Bowl is the one time where we all gather as families. Older, younger, we all get together. We all have chips and dip. And we all watch the game. We watch the commercials. But it's a family night. That's what the NFL thinks is appropriate. At least he wasn't wearing a dress. And I have to be completely fair here. It was good production value. It was really good. He completely transformed the look of everything. You know, I mean, it was good. It was good. But if those were the lyrics, no, I don't think that's appropriate. Then he went on to, make a comment about how the Puerto Rican culture is being appropriated, and during the hurricane, I guess America, wasn't there. I mean, honestly, I don't care that much. But let me show you on the flip side what TPUSA was saying. And everybody got offended at first because Kid Rock started his set with a song that came out in 1999. It's vulgar. It talks about topless dancers, drinking, crooked cops, bastards, all of this stuff. And everybody's kind of like, what is Kid Rock doing? Why? Okay. But then if you follow the story arc, what happened? There's an acoustic set with two people playing a Christian hymn, which was meant to be, this is according to John Root on X, meant to be a bridge, an emotional bridge, okay? Comes back to Kid Rock with his stage name, instead introduced back to the stage as Robert Ritchie, which is his real name, okay? Then he plays a revised version of Till You Can't, which now the revised version ends with lyrics about Jesus Christ. And it talks about
Kid Rock wants to be saved, so that's why he did that. I've been following Kid Rock for years.
A sacrifice on the Christ, and encourages people to follow Christ, read their Bibles, blah, blah, blah. This was a redemption story.
Excuse me.
And nowhere was it push it in, yeah, push it in. So what happened yesterday? Well, I mean, the Super Bowl is always the biggest of the year. Probably have 100 million people watching globally. Probably had 50 million people, I would imagine, watching the halftime show. Maybe as much as 100 million. Today, if you go and you look at the halftime show on YouTube, you'll see that it has 11 million views. Last night, TPUSA had about 6 million people watching it live. However, if you go to YouTube and you see the number of views today, 12 hours later, that number is now over 25 million. I want to give you some perspective. You want to talk about affecting the American culture, because you can deride you can deride TPUSA all you want, but let me just give you some perspective of what that actually means. Do you know how many people would watch, any of these shows like I don't know, American Idol? The average American Idol was getting about 6 million views. Remember the cultural impact that had? That was about 6 million views. They, on their biggest night of all time, they had 38 million views for the finale. Their end of the show would go about 30 million views. Notice what I said. In the last 12 hours, TPUSA's halftime show is up almost to where their final episodes of American Idol were. That was at 30, highest being 38. They're at 25 this morning. By the way, Matlock, which is, I guess, one of the biggest shows on CBS, 9.6 million views. So online, they did almost as much as, well, definitely top 5 TV shows. And in the first 12 hours, did almost exactly what American Idol was doing when it was at its peak. That is affecting the culture. Now, let me tell you about the culture that the NFL is pushing, because they sent us a few messages. What is the NFL doing? Well, let me start here. Let's just say you're invited to somebody's house, okay? And it's a really big night at their house. They do this party every single year, and they've invited you to come for years, and it's always been great. You know, you brought your friends and your family, your neighbors, and you bought whatever Tupperware he's selling, literally and figuratively, and you've helped make the house the place that everybody wants to be, because you've been sharing it with your friends, right? And you don't agree on everything, but that's never been the point. The point is, for one night, everybody's welcome. Everybody just comes together and has a good time at this host's party, right? But this time, when you get there, instead of hospitality, he starts lecturing you. As soon as you get in, he starts lecturing you. Instead of warmth, he mocks the things that you and your friends hold dear. He doesn't argue, he assumes. He signals that your values are outdated, embarrassing, maybe even dangerous. You've brought your kids, but this year he's bringing strippers. And he's been going that way for a while, but now it's just completely over the top. And you look around the room and some people are nodding, other people are quiet, but you and your friends now didn't expect to feel this in a place you've been welcome, you know? I mean, it's been going that way for a while, but now, I mean, it's really kind of hostile. Then the host gathers everybody for the centerpiece of the night, moment he's been hyping all year, and he delivers it in a language that you don't speak at all.
These transforming glasses automatically adjust to what you're looking at. All glasses have this tiny flaw, but we fixed it. You see, the lenses inside.
Now, how out of place do you feel? There's no transition. There's no bridge. There's no translation. No acknowledgement that half the room doesn't speak that language. Now locked out of the conversation. And while you're trying to figure out, is this guy, does he have different motives, or is he just careless and thoughtless? He keeps going, unbothered by your confusion, unbothered by, your silence or your discomfort. At that point, you're not asking political questions anymore. You're just asking a human one, or you should be. Why did he invite me here? Is it just because I'll buy his Tupperware? Because he's insulting me and my family and my values. He's cutting me out of the biggest part of the night by doing it in a language I don't speak. Was this a shared night? Or was I just invited to have my money taken from me and then be corrected, not tolerated, not welcomed, but to pay the bill and then to make sure that I understand I don't really belong? Or was I invited to be mocked and humiliated by this elitist host who wants all of his cool friends to see him mock me like all bullies do? Is that why I'm here? I think that's the moment a lot of Americans experienced during the Super Bowl last night. And the NFL should hear something. You're not a preacher, okay? You're not a church. You're not a preacher. We didn't come to you to hear lessons. You're not a teacher either. You're not a cultural re-education program. You're the host of a stupid game where people make millions of dollars based on my attendance and my watching you. And the host, as the host, your first duty is not to instruct the guests. It's to hold the room. It's to make space where wildly different people can sit at the same table without feeling targeted, diminished, or deliberately excluded. And when you, as the host, repeatedly signal contempt for me, my values, my friends' values, I'm not going to riot. I don't flip tables. I'll just stop coming. I'll just leave. I'll go find another room, which is what happened last night at halftime. Anything that can be replaced that you're doing will be replaced. And then you turn down the next invitation. And once that happens, the host, you can keep the house, but you lose the gathering unless you're a drug dealer and you know that everyone that you've invited is addicted to your product and they'll never stop and kick the habit, or so you think. Personally, I think you're mistaken. 6 million people last night peeled away from the network. What's that do to your ratings? 5 million, 6 million peeled away from the network, went online to watch something that doesn't hate them. That speaks volumes about your theory. Eventually, you're going to figure out you're incorrect, and it's going to be devastating to you. So if you're asking what all of this means today, it's simple. The NFL declared last night that America is over as you understand it, that the dominant culture is going to be Spanish speaking. And that might be true at some point. It's not today, but that may be true at some point. But that wasn't an easy transition. That was like a hostile takeover. And the NFL was saying, we as Americans, we as the NFL, the National Football League, have decided to declare, you're outdated. This is the dominant culture. Get used to it. Wow. Okay.
It's time for Lefties Losing It. Let's start in Italy, where the Winter Olympics are underway. This is a country led by a staunch conservative and Trump ally, Giorgia Meloni. Likely the most popular leader in America right now is Giorgia Meloni, a woman who has cracked down hard on illegal immigration. Perhaps some of the self-delighted flogs in the US Olympic team are unaware of these facts because they are carrying on like the US is the only country where immigration laws are enforced. Let's hear from some dude called Hunter Hess, another one disgracing the great Hunter name. Here is the freestyle skier emoting at a press conference.
It brings up mixed emotions to represent the U.S. right now, I think. It's a little hard. There's obviously a lot going on that I'm not the biggest fan of, and I think a lot of people aren't. If it aligns with my moral values, I feel like I'm representing it. Just because I'm wearing the flag doesn't mean I represent everything that's going on in the U.S.
Really, dude? Just what sort of a self-delighted simpleton is Hunter Hess? He has mixed feelings about representing his country, then jump on the first plane home, son. Does he really expect the Trump administration, elected in a landslide, to alter its election promises his fellow Americans voted for? It's so he can feel good about representing his country. Let's hear from another virtue signaling Olympian with delusions of grandeur.
Jeez.
This is Chris Lillis. He's heartbroken about criminals being deported.
I feel heartbroken about what's happened in the United States when, I'm pretty sure you're referencing ICE and some of the protests and things like that. I think that as a country, we need to focus on respecting everybody's rights and making sure that we're treating our citizens as well as anybody with love and respect.
But possibly,
This is where I come in. I don't mind people from other countries coming here, living here, and working here, but man, do it legally. Get your paperwork, settle all your affairs, become American. You can still use your language or whatever, but do it legally. Do not do it illegally, coming in here and just take advantage of everything that America has to offer you. Do it legally. That's what I'm trying to say.
the worst bit of delusional moral posturing goes to figure skater Amber Glenn, who makes Tonya Harding look like a lovable, irrational gal.
Yeah, it's been a hard time for the community overall under this administration. It isn't the first time that we've had to come together as a community and try and fight for our human rights. And now, especially, it's not just affecting the queer community, but many other communities.
Really, Amber? Tell me exactly how the queer community is under attack. Just because mutilating confused kids with irreversible procedures is frowned upon now because boys and men can no longer steal women's places in women's sport. And talking about keeping women's sport just for women, remember when this character with male chromosomes was beating the bejesus out of a bunch of women and getting a gold medal for his troubles? Those of us calling out the unfairness of Iman Khalif being allowed to compete in the women's boxing at the Olympics were attacked. I was even threatened with legal action for stating the obvious, and other women were also attacked, including Megyn Kelly.
She was born a woman, lives as a woman, and boxes other women. So what is the argument against that?
This is such an outrage. Look at this. This is a man. This is a man who is competing in the boxing tournament for women.
No, she's not. She's a woman. This female boxer is female. Can we stop this before America turns into a presidential campaign issue?
Well, you'll be shocked to learn that Iman Khalif is indeed a man, and the Algerian has admitted to having male chromosomes. Give back that gold medal, dude. Now let's get to Bad Bunny's performance at the Super Bowl. It's a subject of much debate. The political activist who likes to wear dresses occasionally is set to be the biggest star in music. That's what the powers to be at the NFL claim. But let's see if the actual players taking part in the game are fans of Bad Bunny.
What's your favorite Bad Bunny song?
I already got one. I thought about that.
I don't know who that is.
I never heard of Bad Bunny. I don't know what it is.
He's performing at halftime.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know no Bad Bunny song.
Do you think they made a mistake?
I believe so. I ain't never heard of her until now.
I don't have one.
I don't listen to him. I don't know any song.
We're seeing a significant change in tone coming from the NFL today after months of standing firm on his comments that American football fans needed to learn Spanish if they wanted to enjoy the Super Bowl halftime show. Bad Bunny has officially walked back his controversial demands. The shift suggests that the feedback from fans and the looming threat of Kid Rock's All-American halftime show has the league officially on edge. We all remember the moment that started this controversy back in October.
I'll be right back. I have to get another cup of coffee after for this. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Or during a monologue on television, Bad Bunny looked into the camera and delivered a message to his critics. He said, quote, "If you didn't understand what I just said, you have 4 months to learn." At the time, it was seen by many as a direct response to the NFL fans unhappy about the choice. But just moments ago, at the changed completely, facing a mixed reaction and the reality that millions of viewers are considering alternative viewing options. Bad Bunny has suddenly softened his stance. When asked about the language barrier in his previous comments, he flipped the script. He told the press, quote,
"I know that I told them that they had 4 months to learn Spanish. They don't even have to learn Spanish. There's no better dance than the one that can come from the heart."
So what happened? Why did he go from demanding fans learn the language to suddenly saying it doesn't matter? The answer appears to lie in the tension reportedly happening behind the scenes between some owners and Roger Goodell. Now, just 24 hours before this press conference, Bad Bunny, during an acceptance speech at the Grammys, called out U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, dragging politics right back into the spotlight. And for NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, during his State of the League address, he appeared cautious when commenting on the halftime show. He had to reassure reporters that Bad Bunny, quote, understands the platform and is there to, quote, unite people, not divide them. Goodell seemed intent on convincing the audience that the show wouldn't be political. The NFL is looking at the landscape. They know that Kid Rock and the All-American Halftime Alternative are capturing the attention of a significant portion of the football demographic. They realize that the Learn Spanish comment was effectively pushing viewers toward the competition. So now it appears like they're pivoting, trying to sell unity at the last second to steady the ship. So
Yeah,
is this a genuine change of heart or just a corporate strategy?
I'm getting emotional, but that's because I know that I'm not a perfect individual. None of us are. We all come from filth. We all either stay in that bondage of sin that Satan likes to tempt us with, and these lies that are deceptive in society and in the culture that promote like debauchery and lawlessness.
I'm like, who is this man? Golly! He can't sing. I mean, like, what is this? Golly!
See, this is what I mean by no talent. Let me just repeat that to where she says that, who is this man? And this is actually a black woman who's explaining it. So let me rewind it back.
To tempt us with, and these lies that are deceptive in society and in the culture that promote like debauchery and lawlessness.
I'm like, who is this man? Golly! He can't sing. I mean, like, what is this? Golly! This is ridiculous. And got the American flag and all these other flags. Yeah, God bless you too. Get off the stage. Please get off the stage. Get off. Put the game back on. I can't stand this. Tell me that. I mean, what in the world is all this foolishness? Thank you. Get off the stage, please. Jesus.
Everything woke turns to
Okay. What's the tail of the tape, Jack? Like,
Okay, now that was a black lady watching the Super Bowl halftime show with Bad Bunny, and that's exactly what I said yesterday on the live. The guy has no no talented. He's not talented at all. He couldn't sing. His voice was horrible. Now I understand it's a live show. Not everybody's voice is great, but I've seen Kid Rock and his voice is outstanding. And that's what I said. I just said the guy had no entertainment. He wasn't entertaining at all.
What's the numbers gonna shake out to be? Is it gonna be 40 million viewers?
So this is what people need to know is that the 25 million number that has come out already, that's just from the main YouTube and Rumble stream. So that's just crunching the numbers there. We've already got just YouTube alone, Turning Point's main stream, 6.17. And the 17 is significant because the previous number 2 YouTube live stream of all time was 6.15. So that's the number 2 live stream in all of YouTube history. The number 1 in terms of entertainment, because the first one was actually the Indian Lunar Probe. So number 1 in terms of entertainment on all of YouTube in all of the platform's history. I can't even, it boggles the mind to even think about those kind of numbers. And then we haven't even sat there. Andrew and I were chatting about this last night. You know, we might see.
Now we have another lady who's explaining the words of what he said in Spanish, which is pretty damn disgusting. She made people read Bad Bunny's lyrics out loud, and they refused. So let's check this out. There might be a commercial, so we'll see.
That Bad Bunny was appropriate for the Super Bowl halftime show. Now, if they're like, yeah, it was totally great for kids, I'm going to be like, I'm going to whip these puppies out. And I'm going to say, hey, would you be willing to read these for me? And I can guarantee you probably a lot of people won't. But let's see. Okay, there's only one way to find out. Now, I do want to say that a lot of people claim that MAGA and the right is mad about the Super Bowl halftime show because Bad Bunny is Latino, okay? But we didn't care about Shakira. We didn't care about J-Lo, so that ain't the problem, okay? It's because he came out and he said things that were anti-American. So let's go see what Nashville has to say today. Hi, can I ask you guys a question? No?
Did you get that? He said things that were anti-American. Anti-American. That's the key 2 words right there.
I was wondering if you guys watched.
Flies, you're right. I heard the lyrics and it was unbelievable. I could not believe the NFL or the channel that was hosting it actually let him say this. Maybe because it was in Spanish, but still the lyrics were horrible.
The Bad Bunny Super Bowl halftime show. Good, thank you. All right, so did you watch the Super Bowl halftime show? Okay, we're not doing that. No Super Bowl halftime show? How about you?
Yes.
Do you think it was appropriate for kids to be watching it?
No.
Yeah, and why? Maybe the lyrics? Do you know any Bad Bunny songs?
Hey, the lyrics.
Yeah.
We turned it on the Kid Rock Turning Point.
Yeah, so did I.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah,
That was the best one. Hopefully they do it next year too.
Yeah, me too. I hope so too. Thank you. Hey, could I ask you guys a question? No? Did you watch the Super Bowl halftime show?
Yeah.
Did we watch it? Yeah. No.
A little bit.
A little bit?
It's all right.
It's all right, yeah. Do you feel like it was appropriate for kids to be watching the Super Bowl halftime show? Yeah. Negative. Yeah. Have you read any of Bad Bunny's lyrics or no? No, I don't know what he's saying. I don't know what he's saying either. I don't know. They weren't good, let me tell you. So people actually looked them up after the halftime show, and they were appalled at what they read because nobody could really even understand what he was saying to begin with. But watch the other one. Oh, the American show. Yeah, so did I. So you liked Kid Rock's performance? Yeah. In other news, it's our 25th anniversary. Yeah, I can see that. Congratulations, and I will let you guys go celebrate that today. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you, guys. They all love Kid Rock down here. We can't.
Sandy says you're absolutely right. As you know, I'm from New York, and NASCAR racing in New York it's not really seen in New York. Actually, a fun fact, Donald Trump in Suffolk County, New York, wanted to build a NASCAR racetrack. but he also wanted Suffolk County to chip in. I think it was half of the money. Donald Trump would chip in half, and Suffolk County would chip in the other half. But it would have brought so many jobs to Suffolk County, Long Island, and it's not even funny. So Donald Trump said, okay, goodbye, and he left. Lies. It just blows my mind that everyone flipped out about Janet Jackson's wardrobe malfunction, but it's crickets over this. I totally agree. And I was just thinking about that too, Sandy says, and Lies. That was okay, though. That was okay. Bunch of crickets. They didn't do that many news on that, but that was fine.
Any Bad Bunny fans? They're all in my comments, but they are not out here on the streets today. Hi, did you guys watch the Super Bowl halftime show?
Yeah.
How did you like it?
It was good.
Was it good? So, did you feel like it was appropriate for kids?
I did, yeah. I didn't feel like it was over the top.
Yeah, and can you name your favorite Bad Bunny song?
I can't, no. But
No,
it's
no.
still good music.
So what if I told you that these are some of the lyrics right here from one of his songs? Would you just read me like any of these?
Okay. I think it's changed. I want you to hide it. All right. Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah. There's this side too. If you'd rather have this side.
Yeah.
Would you read that out loud or no?
No, but no one who has performed in the Super Bowl has had appropriate lyrics for kids. So if we want to talk about like being appropriate for kids, then we gotta rethink who performed in the Super Bowl at all, period.
Now, do you think it made a difference? Because people have said that because he spoke in Spanish, it doesn't matter if he was singing inappropriate things. No. So let me go ahead and read you what he did not want. Now, do you think it made a difference? Because people have said that because he spoke in Spanish, it doesn't matter if he was singing inappropriate things. No. So let me go ahead and read you what he did not want to read out loud. She sucks my lollipop. She gets on her knees. Hey, how dare you, mommy, to come without panties? Guys, this is great stuff here. This is talent. Oh no, do you want to be interviewed? Yeah. I'm just asking people if they watched the Super Bowl halftime show.
Oh yeah, I did.
What did you think?
Which one of them?
Well, there was.
You want to watch both of them? You don't want to be impartial, shit like that.
Yeah. I like that. I like that you watched both. So, what did you feel about the Bad Bunny performance?
Well, I identified with one of those people in the grass. I knew one of them, so
yeah.
I already knew exactly who it was. Third tree over, 100%. I was like, oh, you're not gonna believe this, but no, my girlfriend, not my girlfriend, but my girl Christine Phillips, yeah, she's been on like 8 Super Bowl halftime shows right now. Good job, guys. Well, this and that. Good luck with all the work and shit like that. I'm stuttering right now. 100% sure, 100%.
You had an emotional connection with one of the pieces of grass.
No, I mean, I didn't care.
But well, that's very cool. That's very cool. So did you feel like it was appropriate, the lyrics of the Bad Bunny show?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. Well, what did you do?
I've also seen some other things like, you're not gonna believe this. This is another meme that says this.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
this is bullshit.
So would you?
That's not even the right lyrics right there.
Well, okay. So are these not the right lyrics? Did you read any of these?
Yeah, it says, yo soy de los Estados Unidos.
Thank you. You're awesome. Nice to meet you. He kissed my hand. Get away from me. Oh my gosh, that man was not real life. I love it so much. So I'm asking questions about the Super Bowl halftime show today. Did you watch the halftime show with Bad Bunny? No, you didn't?
No.
Did you watch the Kid Rock one?
Yes, I did.
Did you like that one better?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you guys. So I was gonna ask you if you watched the Super Bowl halftime show.
Yes.
With Bad Bunny.
Yes.
What did you think?
I didn't like it.
Yeah, why?
Because I don't speak Spanish. And I got sick of watching an American sports game with Spanish talking or whatever, singing. It wasn't English for me.
It wasn't appropriate.
No, I turned the channel
Yeah.
until after I came back.
Yeah.
Go Seahawks.
Yeah, baby. Thank you. It's nice to meet you. Appreciate it. I love that. All right, well then you shout out whatever you want.
I want to try to find the lyrics, so bear with me one moment. I want to try to find the lyrics to it. So this is what I meant. He can't sing. He has no talent. And he was singing in Spanish, which isn't wrong, but he was singing in Spanish at an American football game, which probably 70% of the people couldn't understand it. Cindy says, manufactured controversy. Now, while all the good puppets are distracted, watch for something unrelated to go down, such as Eastern files exposed. Sandy, I'm going to agree with you on that one. I'm definitely agree with you on that one. Let me see if I can find the lyrics of what he actually said during the Super Bowl. Hold on.
Biggest stage in America into a masterclass on Puerto Rican resistance. 135 million people tuned in on February 8th, 2026, expecting just another halftime show, but almost nothing they saw happened by accident. 1 week before he stepped onto that field, Bad Bunny stood at the Grammys accepting Album of the Year for Debí Tirar Más Fotos, which made history as the first Spanish-language album to ever win that award. Before thanking God, he looked into the camera and said 2 words that sent a message: ice out.
Before I say thanks to God, I'm gonna say eyes out.
The dedication that followed went to everyone who'd left their homeland chasing dreams. And then he told Puerto Rico directly that they were much bigger than 100 by 35, the island's actual dimensions in miles.
Puerto Rico,
To the
Let's
Apple
listen to
Music
this.
Super Bowl 60 halftime show. The National Football League welcomes you to the Apple Music Super Bowl 60 halftime show.
Hey, Titi Macro, paranoico, Titi Macro, si tengo mucho. Mucho novio, tengo una otra. Ay, me la voy a llevar a todas con VIP, VIP. Ay, saludame a Titi, uno tira un selfie. Que sonríe la que ya la platilla, un VIP, VIP. Ay, saludame a Titi, uno tira un selfie.
No talent.
A mí me gusta mucho la Claudia, la Patricia, la Nicole, la Sofía, mi primera no.
Have time to be snowflakes.
Yeah.
Okay? Y'all, on the other hand, you are the most snowflaking people I've ever seen. The fact of the matter is, in about 20 years, multi-ethnic people will be the majority in this country. So if you don't understand Spanish, maybe start taking a little Duolingo course.
If most people don't understand the lyrics because you're speaking it in what they deem to be a foreign language, that is a legitimate point that the president made. That part.
Like and subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to get notifications. Anytime I go live, I make a video. Make sure you still subscribe to this channel, like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Let's get into this. All right, let's go to the halftime fallout because this is a lot of material here, and I'm going to run out of time. Let's just get right into this, and then we're going to get to the Olympic dummies in a second. But let's go to the halftime fallout. Let's start with clip 602, which Donald Trump had to say on Truth Social about what happened during the halftime show, which is continuing past the halftime show, right? I thought it was all over yesterday, but I guess it's not. Or 2 days ago. All right, I can't see it. So Grant, can you read that for me?
Yes, sir. The Super Bowl halftime show is absolutely terrible, one of the worst ever. It makes no sense, is an affront to the greatness of America, and doesn't represent our standards of success, creativity, or excellence. Nobody understands a word this guy is saying, and the dancing is disgusting, especially for young children that are watching from throughout the USA and all over the world. This quote-unquote show is just a, quote, slap in the face to our country, which is setting new standards and records every single day, including the best stock market and 401ks in history. There is nothing inspirational about this mess of a halftime show, and watch. It will get great reviews from the fake news media because they haven't got a clue of what is going on in the real world. And by the way, the NFL should immediately replace its ridiculous new kickoff rule. Make America great again, President Donald J. Trump.
Well, that's what I mean. Kind of crazy. You're right. Everyone's attention is on the Super Bowl. There's so much wrong in this country that no one's paying attention. Like I said, there's going to be a World War III. I could see it. I could feel it. Anyways, maybe I'll come back later on. I don't know. This whole thing's got me all fucked up. So, have a good day. God bless. And let's make America great again.